Let me tell you a little secret most people never talk about. Luxury isn't just about designer bags, five-star vacations, or expensive cars. Luxury starts in your mind. It's a mindset. It's the way you carry yourself, the standards you hold, and the life you quietly demand for yourself, even before the world gives it to you. And here's the truth. The day I changed my mindset, my entire life changed. I'm going to share with you a few luxury mindset hacks that transform the way I think, the way I show up, and yes, the way opportunities, relationships, and abundance started flowing into my life. And no, it's not magic. It's not about being lucky. It's about rewiring the way you see yourself, and the world responds. Luxury mindset hack 1, stop asking for permission. The first shift. I stopped waiting for someone to tell me I was worthy of the life I wanted. Most of us spend our lives waiting for approval, for validation, for someone to choose us. But real luxury, it's knowing you don't need anyone's permission to level up. You set the standard, you choose yourself. And when you do, everything else starts to rise to meet that energy. Luxury mindset hack 2, elevate your environment. Look around you. Your surroundings are either inspiring you or keeping you stuck. And I'm not saying you need a penthouse suite tomorrow, but start small, upgrade your space, clean your environment, add beauty to your daily life, fresh flowers, clean sheets, a candle that makes you feel expensive. You'd be shocked how changing your physical space rewires your mental space. Luxury mindset hack 3, speak like the person you're becoming. Your language reflects your mindset. So I stopped talking like a victim. I stopped saying I can't, or I don't deserve, or I'm not lucky. And I replaced it with language that reflected where I was going, not where I was. Phrases like, I'm building the life I love, or I attract abundance, or this is just the beginning. When your words change, your reality follows. Luxury mindset hack 4. Time is the ultimate currency. The most luxurious people on the planet, they protect their time like it's gold, because it is. So I stopped overcommitting. I stopped giving my time and energy to people, situations, or conversations that drained me. That one shift made me feel more abundant, more in control, more powerful, even before the material success showed up. Luxury mindset hacks 5, walk in the room like you belong there. Here's the thing, before the life, the money, the opportunities arrive, you've got to walk like you already belong in the room. That quiet, calm confidence, it speaks volumes. People feel it, and the world, it starts reflecting it right back to you. Listen, luxury isn't about stuff. It's a mindset, a standard, a quiet expectation that you deserve the best. Not because you're entitled, but because you've done the inner work to believe it. And when that belief locks in, watch how fast your life starts to look and feel like luxury. Let's start with the most important luxury mindset hack of all. Stop asking for permission to live a bigger life. I can't tell you how many people, maybe even you, are walking around quietly waiting for someone to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, you're allowed to want more now, you've earned it, it's your turn. But here's the truth, that tap on the shoulder, it never comes. Nobody shows up to give you permission to raise your standards, to live with more confidence, to expect better from the world. The people who are out there building extraordinary lives, they didn't wait for approval. They didn't look around the room for validation. They decide. And that's what I had to learn the hard way. There was a time in my life when I kept playing small, not because I wasn't capable of more, but because I was afraid. Afraid people would say, who does she think she is? Afraid I'd fail and look ridiculous. Afraid I wasn't ready. But the harsh reality, that fear was costing me my future. I realized no one is ever going to hand you the life you want. No one is going to appear and say you've reached the level where it's okay to expect luxury in your relationships, your income, your self-worth. That permission slip, you write it for yourself. And luxury doesn't just mean material things. It means the luxury of healthy boundaries, the luxury of choosing your relationships, The luxury of walking away from anything that doesn't align with your vision. But none of that happens if you're still playing by invisible rules. Rules like, don't be too much, don't expect too much, don't ask for too much. I'm here to tell you, rip those rules up. The day I stopped asking for permission to show up fully, to take up space, to want more than just enough, my entire energy shifted. And guess what? The world responded to that energy. People respected me more. Opportunities found me faster. I started attracting the kinds of situations and people that matched the level I had quietly decided I belonged at. It wasn't luck. It was mindset. So here's my challenge to you. Stop waiting for permission. Give it to yourself. Today, decide you're worthy of more and watch how your actions, your environment, your confidence, and yes, your life all start to catch up with that decision. Because the life you want, it doesn't begin when someone else approves it. It begins the moment you believe you already deserve it. Let me share one of the simplest yet most overlooked mindset hacks that completely changed my life. Upgrade your environment, upgrade your mind. It sounds small, but it's massive. Because here's the truth. Your surroundings are constantly sending messages to your subconscious. They're either telling you you're in chaos, you're overwhelmed, you're stuck at this level, or they're quietly reinforcing the belief that you deserve peace, beauty, and success. And here's where most people get it wrong. They think a luxury environment means $1 million mansion, designer furniture, private jets. But that's not what I'm talking about. Luxury is a standard, not a price tag. It's walking into your space, your home, your office, your car, and feeling like it reflects the person you are becoming, not the version of you that's stuck in survival mode. When I first shifted my environment, I didn't have millions in the bank, but I did have a choice. I could keep living in chaos, clutter, and energy that drained me. Or I could take small intentional steps to create an environment that made me feel abundant. So I started small, fresh flowers on the table, clean, organized spaces, a candle that made the room smell like a high-end hotel lobby, soft, clean sheets that made getting into bed feel like a treat, not a chore. It was those tiny details that started reprogramming my brain. Suddenly my space whispered to me, you deserve more. It reinforced the energy of success, peace, and intentional living before the big milestones ever showed up. Because your mind and your environment are deeply connected. If you live in chaos, your thinking becomes chaotic. If you surround yourself with low energy spaces, you start to believe that's all you're worthy of. But when you elevate your space, even in small ways, your mind starts to rise with it. You carry yourself differently. You treat your time, your goals, your relationships with more care. You stop tolerating mess, both around you and within you. That's the real luxury mindset. It's not about flashy purchases. It's about creating an environment that reflects your worth. So I'll challenge you. Look around your space right now. What's one small thing you can upgrade today? It might be as simple as decluttering a drawer, lighting a candle, rearranging your space to feel more intentional. Because when your environment starts to mirror the level you're stepping into, your mindset catches up fast. And soon enough, so does your reality. Here's a luxury mindset hack that transformed the way I think, speak, and show up in the world. Speak like the person you're becoming, not the person you've been. Most people don't realize how powerful their words are. Every sentence you speak, even the quiet ones you say to yourself, is shaping your identity. It's either reinforcing the old version of you, the one stuck in limitation, or it's building the future version of you, the one living in confidence, peace, abundance, and self-respect. And trust me, I've lived both realities. There was a time when I spoke like I was stuck. I'd say things like, I'm not good with money. People like me don't get opportunities like that. I'm just not lucky in love. And guess what? The more I spoke those words, the more my life reflected them. It wasn't because I wasn't capable. It was because I was programming my reality to stay small. But everything changed when I started speaking from the perspective of who I was becoming, not who I used to be. Instead of saying, I'm not good with money, I replaced it with, I'm learning how to manage wealth. I'm building my financial confidence. Instead of saying, I don't get opportunities, I started saying, the right opportunities are always finding me. Instead of saying, I'm unlucky in love, I declared, I attract healthy, high-value relationships. There's one thing I've learned about living a truly abundant, elevated life, and it might just be the most underrated luxury of all. Protect your time like it's gold. Think about it. The most successful, fulfilled, confident people, they all have one thing in common. They don't give their time away carelessly. They treat it like the most valuable currency they have, because it is. And here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. Time is a luxury, but most of us live like it's disposable. We waste hours overthinking. We say yes to people and situations that drain us. We stay in conversations, relationships, and environments that don't serve us, all because we're afraid to protect our time. The moment I started guarding my time with the same level of respect I'd guard my money, everything changed. I stopped feeling exhausted. I stopped filling my calendar with things that didn't align with my vision. I stopped apologizing for choosing myself, because protecting your time isn't selfish, it's self-respect. Here's how that plays out in real life. You politely decline draining conversations that go nowhere. You set clear boundaries around your work, your energy, your focus. You stop giving unlimited access to people who haven't earned it. You start asking, does this person, opportunity, or situation deserve my time, or is it just filling space? And when you live with that level of intention, you create space for the real luxuries, the luxury of peace, the luxury of clarity, the luxury of focusing on what actually matters. Here's the thing, when you treat your time like gold, other people start to respect it too. You stop attracting energy vampires. You stop getting pulled into pointless drama. You start surrounding yourself with people who operate at your level, people who value time, growth, and alignment as much as you do. And yes, at first, this shift feels uncomfortable. Saying no can trigger guilt. Creating boundaries might upset people who benefited from your lack of them. But stay with it, because on the other side of that discomfort is freedom. Luxury isn't just about material success. It's about living life on your terms. And nothing says I value myself more than how you protect your time. So I'll leave you with this. If you wouldn't let someone walk into your home and take your money, don't let them walk into your life and waste your time. Your time is your life. Guard it like the priceless, limited resource it is. Because once it's gone, you don't get it back. There's one final luxury mindset hack that changed my life. And honestly, it might be the most powerful one of all. Walk in the room like you belong there. Now, I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm not talking about being loud, overcompensating, or trying to impress people. I'm talking about quiet, grounded, unshakable confidence. The kind that doesn't need to announce itself because it's already felt. See, most people walk into situations, whether it's a meeting, a party, a date, already doubting themselves. They scan the room, wondering, do I fit in? Do they like me? Am I good enough to be here? But here's the harsh truth. The moment you question if you belong, you give your power away. And people feel that energy. It's subtle, but it shows up in your body language, your voice, your presence. That when you decide before you even walk through the door that you belong there, everything shifts. And here's the thing. You don't need to have already achieved every goal. You don't need to have the biggest bank account or the perfect relationship to carry that energy. In fact, you carry that energy before the life you want shows up. And it's that energy that often accelerates your success. I had to learn this the hard way. Early on, I'd walk into certain spaces, networking events, high-end venues, even new relationships, and I'd feel small, like I didn't quite measure up, like I was an imposter playing in a world that wasn't built for me. But the day I flipped that script The day I started walking into every room like I belonged there, everything changed. Suddenly, people treated me differently. They listened. They respected me. They wanted to know me, to work with me, to be around me. Not because I changed overnight, but because my energy did. That's the real luxury. Not waiting for external success to give you permission to feel worthy, but deciding that you're already worthy now. It's a subtle shift that speaks volumes. Shoulders back, eye contact steady,
Your presence saying, I'm meant to be here.
and I bring value. And guess what? Even if your knees are shaking, even if your heart's pounding, the world responds to that belief. The right people lean in, opportunities find you, and over time, you stop having to fake that confidence because it becomes who you are. So remember this, walk in the room like you belong there, and soon enough, you'll start living the life that reflects that belief.